According to Canada's Food Price Report, the price of vegetables is expected to go up 4 to 6% this year. Yeah, 4 to 6%. So how can we cut our grocery bill but still eat healthy? Registered dietitian Sue Mah is here with some easy budget-friendly tips.
Hello.
Hello, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And it is a new year, and people are looking ahead to the new year, trying to keep that healthy, the healthy waistline, shall we say, and healthy refrigerator.
For sure.
You've got some tips to help us out.
Yeah, we want to eat vegetables and fruit because they're so healthy for us, but as you know, prices are going up.
That's the thing.
So one of my first tips is to buy vegetables and fruit that will last. And buy the fruits and vegetables that are in season. So apples are a great choice this time of year, and you want to keep them in the refrigerator. That's the key, because if you keep your apples on the kitchen counter, they're going to ripen 10 times faster, which means they'll get softer 10 times faster.
Which is
They'll
disgusting,
spoil.
really.
Yeah, and who wants to eat a
mushy.
soft apple? Exactly.
So, and how long will they last in the fridge?
You know, at least a month.
Apples will last a month in the fridge?
refrigerator, right. Keep them in that little plastic bag, and that just helps to keep them fresher for longer.
Okay.
Things like carrots, cabbage, parsnips, they can keep for about 3 or 4 weeks in the refrigerator. Put them in the veggie crisper with the humidity on high.
Okay, so this is the thing I just kind of move that thing around. I have no idea what I'm doing. So if you have 2 drawers, for example, you want your veggie drawer and your fruit drawer.
Right.
So, and then what do you want to do with that humidity?
So the veggies, high humidity.
Okay.
Fruits, low humidity. So when there's high humidity for the vegetables, it retains the moisture and prevents them from wilting, and that keeps them lasting for about a couple of weeks at least. Beets are another fabulous option. I love beets. They can keep for about 3 or 4 weeks in the fridge in that crisper again. And I love it because you can use the root, boil it, roast it, and you can also use the leaves. So there's absolutely
so everything you can use.
Use everything, minimize the waste, and save money.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on to this section. What do you advise here?
Right, so when fresh is not available, canned and frozen, no problem whatsoever, equally as nutritious. I always have some canned tomatoes on hand. They're great for making a pasta sauce, great for sauces and stews. I also like water chestnuts, and I cut them up and I mix them with some ground beef or ground turkey, and I make tacos. So it adds that little bit of a crunch, right? So that's kind of cool. Frozen berries for smoothies, awesome.
And you're still getting the same amount of nutrients, or similar, or the same?
It's the same.
It's the
now,
same.
the texture's a little different with canned and with frozen, but you know what? If you're using it in a smoothie or a stir fry, no big deal,
And this stuff
right?
lasts. I mean, you've got that to keep.
You use what you want, you seal up the bag, and then it stays fresh,
Amazing.
right? So,
Good
little
alternative.
waste.
Okay, so let's shop to make it last.
Yeah, so another tip I have is when you buy your fruit, buy fruit of different degrees of ripeness. So some fruit like bananas and pears and avocado, they continue to ripen after they've been picked. So when I go to the grocery store, I'll buy a small bunch of bananas that are ready to eat now, and then I'll buy another small bunch of bananas that are maybe ready to eat a few days later. So you've always got something that's ripe and ready to go.
Like you're saying this and it seems so obvious, and yet I don't do this because I'll get in there, especially with the avocado.
Especially the
You're
avocados.
Like, I come home and say to my husband, I was like, Drew, avocados were bad. Like, they're all rock hard. I can't take them. But you're right. Like, if I grab a little
One or
mixture,
two that are black and ready to eat, and then 1 or 2 that are green, and they'll ripen later on in the week.
Smart.
So you've always got something ready. You don't have 6 avocados that are ripe and ready to go in one day, right?
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
It is those little things, though, that make such a difference
and
to
that
your
can
bottom
help
line.
save you money,
Yeah, exactly.
for sure.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
Well, veggies, you know, buy what you need. Very often, people will buy the big packages of mushrooms or a big bag of green beans, and really, if you can't eat it all, it's going to waste. So I've been known to just buy 5 mushrooms. That's all I need for an omelet. I'll pay 50 cents, and you know, I know I can use that amount. Brussels sprouts, I might just pick 10 Brussels sprouts. Green beans, I might just pick out 20 green beans.
I've got a problem with this.
Okay.
Because, you know, the stuff you have to buy in bulk. Let's say, I always use parsley as an example.
Yeah.
Because parsley seems, where I go, it is massive, and I never have to use that much. I don't want that much, but that's my only option.
Yeah.
Because it's already bundled for me.
Right, right. So you can freeze it.
What?
Or share it with a friend. You can freeze your herbs. Cut them up, roll them up, and put them in the freezer.
And there you go. But sometimes, I mean, do they bulk it together and give you those sort of package deals because it's a little bit less expensive than buying individual, or not so much, or not all the time?
Well, you know, you can save money when you buy in bulk, but you want to make sure that you're able to use it all. If you don't use it, then it's really going to waste. Share it with your neighbor or a friend.
There you go. I'm going to share my parsley. All right, let's, lastly, what do we have here?
Buy economical sources of protein. So you can buy cheap cuts of meat like the beef chuck, the pork shoulder. They're great for braising, great for making pulled pork. If you've got an Instant Pot, just throw it in there. It's ready to go. Beans, canned beans are awesome. You know, dried lentils, dried split peas, so economical. Eggs, great source of protein, 30 cents an egg. You can't
How long
beat
will
that.
eggs last in your fridge?
You know what? Check that little label.
Yeah,
They usually
we should really pay attention to that.
They usually last 4 to 6 weeks
Okay.
from the time you buy it.
good to
Peanut butter, great staple to have in your pantry, especially if you're being snowed out east, you know, with the snow coming. And canned fish. Canned tuna is another great source of protein. Economical, non-perishable. Keep it in your pantry for quite a long time, too.
And you know what? So you make a very good point, because they are saying to people that are on sort of the line in the direct path of the storm, prepare for at least 3 days of food. So these are some
Absolutely.
great ideas that you can head to the grocery store right now. Pick this stuff up for your family. So you're
And
all
save
set.
money.